Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. And today is not something you've seen very often on my channel. I want to talk with you guys about $1 trillion market cap for XRP. And you might be surprised as to why I'm doing it. Well, it's because there's been so much confusion about where the XRP price can get to that I think you guys are due for a little bit of an insightful video. Now, first of all, guys, there's a Ripple v SEC hearing in a couple of hours from now already. It's coming really it's coming really close. So make sure you check out my live stream that's going to come out tomorrow. And yeah, I just wanted to quickly let you guys know. So yesterday I talked about this article. Ether is well on its way to becoming a $1 trillion asset in 2021. Here's why. And whilst we covered that, I started thinking about, Ethereum has utility. That's true. We can't really deny that. But XRP, if we had to pick something, I would always pick XRP over Ethereum, except for, of course, smart contracts, which theoretically speaking can still change with, of course, Flare coming in and the checks feature and the federated sidechains coming to XRP eventually. But that's all besides the point. It brought me to the question of real utility and real market cap. Right? And so one fun thing that people often tell me is, oh no, XRP can never get to $1 trillion, or no, Ethereum can never get to blah, 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 blah. All just void. Why? Well, a couple of years ago, I've had this discussion with people. Why? Well, because I don't know if I can actually find that. Charles Hoskinson, the co-founder of Cardano, he said that Cardano will be the first $1 trillion cryptocurrency. Trillion crypto. Let me actually see if I can find Charles Hoskinson saying that in 2017 or 18, I think. Here we go. I have found it already. All right. So Charles Hoskinson said it a couple of years ago that he believes ADA could become the world's first $1 trillion crypto. And then we also had a discussion about XRP because, of course, that crypto just hit about $3. And XRP was also the number 2 crypto at the time. Now, one fun discussion that we had was everybody was saying, yeah, I mean, ADA could go and be one. Bitcoin could be one. Ether could be one. XP could be one. Because you don't know. At that point, let's see here, July 23rd, 2018. Let's see here. So the total market cap, July 3rd, 2018, so right around here, was at about $260 billion. At maximum, it went to about 750. On some metrics, it went to about 800. But let's say it's about $260 billion that it was at the time, which is still relatively high for that era. We can see 2018 July, maybe a little bit higher. Yeah, maybe about $300 billion, right? But it was still, for the entire crypto market cap, it would have to go times 3 to get there. So that's pretty crazy for one crypto. Now, however, the entire crypto market has grown by about times 10 since that point. Right now, we are at about 2 trillion, and at maximum, about 2.6 trillion that we have gotten to. And Bitcoin, of course, having hit $1 trillion now. Ether getting... Let's actually take a little bit of a look at Ether. Ether getting very close to $500 billion. ADA getting close to $0.1 trillion. It lets people think about what exactly are the possibilities. And this $1 trillion per crypto is getting so much more feasible, so much more accessible. Now, one fun thing a lot of people don't actually know about XRP is that there's 2 ways to think about market cap, and that the market cap is relatively actually quite high, right? So for XP right now, the market cap looks to be about $53.15 billion, which is already significant, right? However, if you look at the Ripple official website, or you just do a little bit of calculating yourself, you know that there's actually different numbers which you can draw for it, which is, for example, about $112 billion. Why is that so? How does it work, and what does it all mean? Well, the XRP market cap, and any market cap for that matter, is decided by 2 simple things. The coin's token value times the circulating supply tells us its market cap. And funny enough, if the XRP coin token reaches $10 a pop with the circulating supply of 100 billion, the market cap is $1 trillion. Which I think most people, when they hear it like that, are like, that's not too crazy. Because once more, $10 per XRP is just 3 times the all-time high. Is that odd? Is that a lot? Not really, right? I mean, for Bitcoin, it's the same thing as really Bitcoin going to $60,000. Because back in 2017-18, if we take all those all-time highs, Bitcoin was at about $19,500, XRP was at about $3.50. Going times 3 on all of them, brings Bitcoin at $60,000, XRP at $10. That's it. It's just, I think, because XRP hasn't gotten those gains from 2017-18 yet that people think it's impossible or far away. And I get this criticism so often, guys. You don't even want to know how many people I've tried to explain that it's really not that crazy for XRP to go to this area, even this year. I think, theoretically speaking, it could get to $1 trillion market cap this year, as I think the entire crypto market cap could easily end up being $10 billion if things go according to plan. Now, why is that? Well, because Bitcoin can actually still triple, or at least more than double this year. And what that would kind of allow, right, is if Bitcoin doubles, the entire crypto market doubles as a start. Because Bitcoin means half of it, which means, okay, $1 trillion upwards. But there's quite a lot of money that actually gets added to it. And I think, a normal Bitcoin going to $150,000 scenario would mean that all coins go, let's say, times 7 or so on average, because Bitcoin is tripling or doubling, tripling. And so that would basically mean eventually we're going to get to about 7, 8 trillion or so, maybe 9 trillion. XRP at one point or another had like 1/3 of the entire market cap in its grasps. Might be a little bit less because of the lawsuit and whatnot, but they still have a pretty significant area. Now, let's again take a little bit of a look at the idea though. So he said 8 of the first $1 trillion crypto. We're saying, no, it's not going to happen because, well, Bitcoin was first. People in all of the history, however, thought that $1 trillion per Bitcoin would be crazy, would be really far away. Yet right now it's proven, no, a lot of these cryptos will get there. Bitcoin has gotten there. Ethereum will easily get there. You can already see it's on its way there. And if I'm telling somebody, oh, Ether is going to go and, double in price. Ether is going to eventually double. People are like, oh, no, never going to happen. But if you say Ether is going to $6,500, even $7,000, you're like, ooh, maybe not. If I'm saying Ether is going to triple, would you go crazy? Well, maybe yes, because you're thinking about $12,000 or even $13,000 per Ether. However, if you think about the price of Ether, which it currently is at, tripling, it's not really that crazy, right? And the same thing for Cardano, eventually going times 10 or 11 for that matter. It's not that crazy. Same thing for XRP. So the market cap, as I've just explained, is decided by the token value by the circulating supply. One thing you might find difficult to understand right now, which I think a lot of people do, is why is it so much higher on the Ripple website? On Ripple website, it says it has a $112 billion market cap, which means it should be at number 3. On Live CoinWatch at CoinMarketCap, it's at number 6 with a $53 billion market cap. That's because right now in the crypto space, we have chosen to take the circulating supply as the measurement for market cap, which I think is smart. However, it is skewed to some degree because with XRP, the circulating supply is really difficult to measure, as are tokens that have been pre-mined but escrowed on purpose by people out of circulation. From one end, yes, because it's the same thing as Bitcoin that are not being mined just quite yet. They'll come into the supply eventually, but they're not there just quite yet. From some degree, no, because they've been in circulation before. Somebody just locked them up with a contract, but they can be taken out if they want to, and they have already been created. They're just not really in the circulation, but then again, they kind of are because they could be. And that's the discussion which a lot of people have had before. Ripple has now, however, kind of hacked it through the middle, saying, no, you know what? Every XRP that is in escrow right now, so locked up for a little while, is not in the circulating supply. And so that is why this number is 46 right here. Of course, this 9.9 is the total amount of XRP that could ever be there because they're burning XRP every single second, right? There's a lot of XRP being burnt every single second, which is why it actually strays away from this maximum supply, which eventually, again, calls the market cap for it. And you can see the total cap is also different from the market cap in here because the total cap actually uses the max supply. Actually, theoretically speaking here, it could just be the difference here between the $1.14 price on here and the $1.12.8 price on here. Because now that I'm thinking about it, that's actually the key difference right there. The XP price is just a little bit higher on this website than on Ripple's website, which, by the way, has to do with the fact that these aggregators here, that's what Live CoinWatch and CoinMarketCap are, they just use the price from a ton of different exchanges and kind of measure them up in either priority of liquidity or volume or any one of their own kind of measures. But if you look and press price, you'll see that XRP measured in XLM has a net term of about $1.28. There's only a little bit of volume and it's not really that relevant nor important, but it's there. So if you're changing up your XP to XLM, you're actually paying a lot of money for your XRP. Or if you're selling your XLM for XRP, you're doing a really good job then because it's a really nice rate. Same thing for the other way around. If you're right now buying XRP with TUSD on BITRUE, you're getting a really, really cheap rate, which again is sometimes smart, sometimes stupid. It just depends a little bit. Same thing for, again, you can kind of see it here, right? XP to BTC on CoinFalcon. And that's also what arbitrage is. When people, for example, trade these types of opportunities where it basically strays away from the rest of the entire market, right? Here, $1.01 is pretty significant from $1.14. And so if you're buying it here and selling it another place, you're making a lot of money. And people do that as a job, basically. Now, let's quickly see what else we had. Another fun little fact to just kind of consider is over $1 trillion of crypto have been transacted on the blockchain.com platform. The real crypto use and adoption. You know how early we still are in terms of volume, in terms of market capitalization of everything? It's still just the first little percentile, and I firmly believe crypto can become a 100, maybe $200 trillion industry within a couple of years from now. I'm not even talking more than 10 years, maybe 20 years from now, maybe only 7 or 5, because crypto is so innovative, and the way that markets grow is exponential. What I mean with that is right now, you can see how much US dollars were printed this year. That little momentum will kind of move on forward, and the way we define wealth will change quite significantly. And so $1 trillion today will, of course, be a lot less significant than $1 trillion 5 years ago. And that little section will continue on forward. And so a $100 trillion market will be a lot more normal than 5 years ago, and will be a lot more common or a lot easier to attend to, specifically because it's an entire new industry and it's more like currencies rather than commodities, which is difficult to kind of measure because, well, those can take up a lot more money than commodities do from some strange perspective. But all right, that was it for today's video. I just wanted to quickly talk to you guys about the market cap and about $1 trillion easily being possible, in my opinion. If we actually take the conservative approach and we keep using the, $46 billion circulating supply, 46 billion XP circulating supply instead of the maximum total, fine. But then, of course, the price is just going to double per XP, which is $20. But even then, that's about 6 times the all-time high of 2017-18. Yeah, is it really that odd? I don't think so. We can actually kind of compare it as well. So Ethereum at the time, let's actually take a little bit of a look. Ethereum at that time went to about $1,300 or so. So let me actually just calculate that with a calculator just to be perfect on this one. It went to 1284 times 6. That would be about $7,700 per Ethereum, which again for right now, of course with the calculations as well, is just about doubling in price. Let's say about 1.5 times in price. Is that really crazy for Ethereum going times 1.5? No, but that would be the same as XRP going, the same type of route. You guys hopefully get the idea. It's just an idea at the end of the day. However, it's something you might want to consider and think about. A lot of you guys said you don't understand how market cap works. It's not that difficult. It's just a measure that people use to measure their rankings. It's not really that significant on its own, though, because a market cap is just the amount of tokens that there are times the price. That's basically it. It doesn't determine anything. There's no maximum that it can ever get to. We can actually get to $10 trillion, $15 trillion for all of these. It could be. But it would just take time because, well, either the amount of coins needs to increase drastically or the price. But one thing that's a really big misconception is the amount of money injected into markets is not a 1-to-1 ratio with market cap. No, two things. One is there might actually on some of your coin aggregators like CoinGecko sometimes be a coin here at the top that says they have a $100 billion market cap. That could be so because they, for example, have really low volume where one trade was made where the coin, let's say there's a coin with 100 billion tokens. Now, if one person trades a coin for $10, all of a sudden the coin had 100 billion tokens. The market cap is 10, because that's the last traded price, times 100 billion means $1 trillion in market cap. Basically, these rankings don't respect it because there's such low volume, but theoretically speaking, that's the case. That also works for XRP, Bitcoin, and whatever. If right now people decide to just not sell their XRP anymore and only sell their XRP for $10 a coin, the price would instantly go to $10, right? Because nobody's selling it for cheaper than that, which basically means that the market cap has also gone from about, let's say, 53 billion to about 500 billion then, right? Or if we use the total supply to about 1 trillion. That's because you don't need to actually get a money increase or an inflow of money. You just need people, the demand and supply scale to basically shift a little bit. So theoretically speaking, $1 million could be injected, which increases the market cap by 600 million. That's definitely possible. Just one thing I quickly wanted to mention as well.